So my name is Kaszoni, but I am known as Lala. Everyone in the family calls me Lala, and my Instagram name, my social media name is Lala Subdues. That's how everybody knows me. I came here back in 2006 with a small kid and my husband, knowing no English. I got in the beauty industry before I left Romania as a plan B. I wasn't sure if my degrees from my country will be recognized and if I would be able to get a job. So I got my license in Romania just as a plan B, but getting in school, I got passionate about hair, and when I came here, I went to take my license. My license wasn't recognized, so I had to go to school all over again to take my license in California. It took me like almost 2 years to graduate because I was working full-time and I was having a kid. Back in 2006, if someone would have told me where I would be in 2016, coming here in your 30s, being established in a different culture and a different country, coming here with just a suitcase and no English, no nothing, and be here today, I could say that I'm counting my blessings. It's unbelievable. I am a bridal stylist. I have started with cuts and color, and I was doing updos maybe once in a while. I would say 2-3 times a year when the wedding season was starting. I wasn't really into updos. I didn't know anything about upstyling. I was just doing it because I had some clients, but I wasn't passionate about it. Back in 2014, I had a wedding. The bride changed her mind about the updo on the day of the wedding. I wasn't familiar with the style, so I messed up big time. We ended up brushing her hair. She was a brunette. She was all white. We had to wash her hair. So to make the story short, she was 2 hours late for her wedding. I messed up big time. That was a turning point for me. I had the choice to quit and not do updos ever again, or I had the choice to go home, start practicing, and see if I should continue doing that or I should get, just stick with cuts and color. So I bought a mannequin doll, I went home, and I started to practice because I was so destroyed that I have messed up someone's big day, and I felt like I owe her at least that for me to go home and try to fix, at least on the doll, if not on her. And that's how everything started. Every time I was playing with my doll, I felt different. Every time I was doing cuts and color, I was always watching the clock and I was waiting for it to be over, And every time I was doing updos at home and I was practicing, I was kind of losing myself into it. And I would put aside like 20-30 minutes to practice, and I would look at the clock 2 hours later and I would be like, oh my gosh, did I play with this doll 2 hours? Like my husband used to make fun of me. He would be like, you're too old to play with the dolls that long. Back in 2014, I opened that Instagram account in October, and I started to post pictures with my mannequin doll because I became passionate about upstyling. I wanted to attract more clientele as doing bridal style. I think that the social media this year, and not only this year, I would say in the last 2 years, like pretty much changed the game in the hair industry. It's not only that you have exposure out there, but you get to meet people, to have everyone see your work. It's not only the big companies out there, allowing you to show your work to people. You get to choose where and when and how you show the work to the people. As soon as I opened that Instagram account, that was in October. I remember in December of 2014, I got my first email from a salon owner asking me to teach a class. And that was a shock for me because I wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't an educator. I wasn't planning to educate. I wasn't even a bridal stylist, right? I was just doing cuts and color, and that was pretty much a hobby for me. So to have someone telling me that they want to learn from me, that was like, whoa, what's going on? That was kind of like the moment when I realized this is big. This is not just a hobby. If people want to learn from me, that this is not a hobby anymore. And as soon as the big pages started to post my work, I realized this is getting serious, that I'm very passionate about it, and I want to take this further to another level. And I started to create the styles on a real model and not on a mannequin doll anymore. I had my first class in Glam Iris' Salon last year in January, so this will be 1 year since I had my first class, and I pretty much say I became an educator, although I do not like to call myself an educator. I learn something new about hair every day, so I consider myself a stylist and a student. I don't like to call myself an educator, but I became passionate about sharing my knowledge with people out there. And what I love the most when I have the classes is that excitement that I see in the people's eyes. Every time the aha moment, you know, when the people look at you and they're like, oh my gosh, it's that simple. I feel like I re-feel and experience all that excitement that I discovered when I was playing with hair and, you know, discovered that technique.